Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. If you're doing well, because having a wonderful day on this 26th January 2025. I hope the lighting is good. I hope it doesn't bother you that we're having this. Today we're talking about a special video. I'm extremely excited to do this video. I did this morning because yes, this is my second round of videos. We're gonna be filming twice today. It's my second round of videos, and the first one I did was I did a shout out to GMM, Gumiko Morning, right? And it's kind of fun because you see, I should have done that before. Should have given you guys. I give you guys my favorite movies, my taste in music, but I don't tell you what I listen to on social media. And we're on social media, right? So we're gonna be treating this as a top five. It's not a top five. So the plan wouldn't be to be doing a top five. It would be to do my favorite content creator, my five favorite content creators. Sorry, we're a bit tired, for today, and then come back in maybe a year and do so. So before we even start, since this is the first edition, since this is episode one, I have some special mention to do. Those special mentions that I have to do are I'm gonna have to go with Kid Boga. You see, Kid Boga is very, very, very odd. Very, very odd. So Kid Boga, as you don't know, is a scam baiter. So I'm gonna give you guys the name of the channel. And I'm gonna be telling you, okay, why do I like them? Right? There's only five of them, but there's three special mention. So Kid Boga, you guys know that I love him. I made a lot of videos about him. I made a lot of videos saying why I love him. But if you didn't watch those videos, very, very close, very, very quickly, he's a scam baiter, so he's gonna call scammers, gonna waste their time, right? Kid Boga was the very first scam baiter that I saw. Then I saw Scammer Payback. I saw Trilogy Media. I do prefer Kid Boga, right? But at the same time, Kid is in a very weird sphere of in it's funny because I discovered Kit a little bit before the pandemic, a little bit before. Like, okay, let's fucking go. Kit is in a really weird position of I used to love his content. In the sense that I would watch his video more and more and more time. Now, the greatest thing with Kit, and actually, there's no order to it's not number five, it's number four. I think Kit will be the favorite one, but he has to come into the special mention and not in the top five for a very specific reason. So the reason why he's not in the top five is in a specific place where right now he has a second channel which is more Kid Boga, which is complete calls. Done about 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, which is perfect for work. Kid Boga, the charm of his streams it's super entertaining. He's gonna play RuneScape, he's gonna be talking to the scammer, but also the chat is super active. The chat is super funny. I saw the chat. I've been in his Twitch stream. I think I've laughed harder in his Twitch stream than I've laughed watching his video. But there's two cases in which I do like Kid Boga. I would like him in a live stream where I can talk with people, and I would also like him in a not radio, but an audio version of it. So Kid Boga do some prank calls. Prank calls are me, my voice calling you, your ears, you answer with your voice. So it's more audio than visual stimulation. Kid has been making a lot of effort for the stimulation for the visual. So he wears costume, he wears wigs. He pretend like he has a bicycle and he's going places, which is really, really sweet. And yeah, I do like him. Or the second place that I like Kid Boga is at work when I'm doing something and I'm just listening to him, right? But I like those two. The question is, and that's a bit of problem, and it's nothing against Kid Boga, right? Maybe that's me because I like to do three things at once. Right now we're filming a video, we're filming a gameplay in the same phone. We're filming this gameplay, right? You see it, and I'm filming this gameplay, right? So I have a tendency to do all that at the same time. With Kit, I've watched his video multiple times, the whole channel multiple times. I don't know if I would be able to watch Kid Boga doing nothing. If there's no chat to entertain me, I don't know if I would watch him. And I don't know if that says more about me as a content viewer or him as a content creator. So it's gonna be a special mention because I love him, but once again, I love him and those two particular reasons. even then, I'm gonna find myself. There's a very small problem. It happens once. It happened once, and over 4 years of listening to Kid Boga, I was watching this video, this 9 hours hot dog, the hot dog cause, from my favorite, and I was watching it again and again and again because it was my favorite, and I was reading the comments, right, and then I was reading the comments and I was laughing with the people with Kit, and then I watched it. I think it was like a month later, right? And I rewatched the video and I rewatched the comments and I was like, ugh, I've already read that, you know. So yeah, but then again, it's me. People nowadays, with Kit is actually a really special. With Kit's gonna put a 9 hours video. Most people are gonna say, oh, that's too long to watch. I'm gonna be watching it multiple times, you know. So it's really weird. We also have a special mention for you already know it, Avocado. Avocado. We're keeping in the same thing most of the time when I talk about the YouTuber that I watch. Again, I'm very loyal. I listen to the same people. Nick is also weird. He would be part of the top, but it has to be a special mention. There's a very special reason as to why. It's nuts because it's nuts because with Nick, he used to do amazing video. I love the videos. I love the video they did 4 or 5 years ago, right? And it was a guy that was talking about A, B, and C, just like me, right? And he would change subject, almost ADHD, and then he would jump around, the House of Pain song, and it was really entertaining because you saw a guy eating, but you also saw a guy talking, right? And I was like, okay, well, this is entertaining because again, at work, even if I don't see Nick eat, I'll survive. See, I used to. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm complicated to follow. I'm sorry. I'm confusing. But I was working a lot back then. I was working 8 hour shift, plus I was streaming 5-6 hours a day. So of course the content creator that I was watching would be content creator that I could also listen to at work. So Kid Boga and Nicolado Vaccaro, and both of them had a lot of content, which is what I'm looking for, right? Nick used to do amazing video. Then there was a drama with Stephanie So, and after the Stephanie So drama, he got hated, and he got hated, and he got hated, and then he did some farm for hate views. So what he would do on purpose to make people mad. Like for example, I remember there's the Travis Scott burger at McDonald's. And then he would call him Travis Coot, right? And then he would say that David Dobrik stole his career. It was supposed to be him, and he's joking. He's a character that he's playing, and ultimately, I like the fact that he's a character. I like the fact that he's able to be entertaining. He studied theater, so I like the fact that he's able to be theatrical, if you will. However, there's line that you shouldn't cross, and at the end, it was just like you watch a 40 minutes video, and 15 minutes of that is him plugging his cameo, which is cool. It's him screaming or screaming, it's saying it's your fault, I'm gonna call Ashley, or it was really repetitive. Now Nick Ocado, I do watch his video. Now watch his old video, the new content. Even since he lost weight, I like this Nick Ocado because he's more calm, but he doesn't post enough. Oh, there's a beautiful sun. We should go out and do a TikTok live walking. Would you want to do that? I'm down to do that. However, we have to finish those videos on TikTok uploading. The second we're going to be uploading... okay. I don't care. Yeah, we're not done. We're not even close to being done. Shit. Because I kind of fucked up. I'll be the first 5 minutes. I didn't check the weather, and as I start uploading, which is the tower, which is a 27 gigs video, I saw the weather and I was like, oh, you should do a TikTok outside. So it's kind of bad. So Nick Ocado is the second mention. The third mention is DSP. Once again, we're staying in the mentality of every other video that I've ever done with the content creator that I already watch. DSP is a weird case. DSP, I'm obsessed with the Snortex. I've been watching DSP for now 4 years, and I've been obsessed. Lately, I took a break from the Snortex because it was the same thing. But right now, I'm torn. The thing with DSP is he's extremely entertaining. Might not be for a good reason, but he's extremely entertaining. That's one. The second part is more so that DSP, him being entertaining is also his content, but it's also with the haters because he say fuck you to the haters, right? Which I do respect that. I do respect that. Do I think it's the right thing to do? No, but I respect it. Um, but DSP, my problem is I spent so many years watching him and actually enjoying the content. See, I'll be completely honest. The weird thing with DSP, the weird thing. Oh my god, I'm telling you, in my mind, it's completely fucked. The weird thing with DSP, if you don't watch it streaming, if you don't watch him live, if you watch it on on YouTube, actually it's amazing. I watched his playthrough of Paper Mario Origami King, and I had a lot of fun. It was fun to watch because he cuts off all the begging segment. He cuts off a lot of the things that he said that people are mad at him for because he knows he's doing wrong. So on the YouTube, it looks like a good dude, right? There's also the drama he's becoming, and the way he's talking is super funny. So for example, he showed his leg. I don't know, remember why he showed his leg, but he was like, "Yo, I'm super built up with my legs," and somebody said atrophied leg, and then he got offended. And he was screaming atrophied leg, and he was getting mad, right? And I thought it was funny, but lately I've been feeling very bad with him because he did a Bloodborne run about 4 months ago. About 4 months ago is when I stopped getting involved into the store decks, into his content. The store decks I still watch. The thing with DSP is he really improved his setup. He really improved his setup. And the haters, they don't talk about that. So it's okay to talk shit on someone when he's doing something wrong, but it's not okay to talk about something when he's doing something right. It doesn't make any sense. And I feel bad because how many good things that he did that I wasn't aware that he did, right? And I was entertained by the freak show, by the complete shit show, by the lol cow. And that kind of make me feel bad. So yeah, so there's a bit of culpability, of guilt there. Culpability is in French, I'm sorry. There's a bit of guilt there. No shame because, listen, content is content, entertainment is entertainment, you know? You put yourself in a public place, that's up to you. So now we're done with the public mention, right? So I've got 5 more people that I constantly watch, and we're going to talk about them. They're in no order, right? So please don't think, oh, I prefer this guy to this guy. So the first one I'm going to be talking about is Life of Matt. You know what? Fuck it. The first one is gonna be, I wanted in the list because I was planning to do this list yesterday. I wanted somebody in my list to be someone I know. So the first one I'm gonna talk about is Sir Winslow. So Sir Winslow is a guy that I love to watch. I think that I like to watch Sir Winslow because we're 2 streamers. I think because we're both Canadian. There's a lot of similarity in the way that we speak to people. There's a lot of that fuck you energy. There's a lot of kind of like this not necessarily weird guy, but unique guy. So for example, he'll tell somebody adieu, and it'll make me laugh. So a lot of the things that he says makes me laugh, and I'll do jokes, and people don't find him funny, and they don't understand it's a joke, and he will. And Sir Winslow got in trouble before with one of my viewers because he made a joke, which I understood, which was really funny, but if you didn't get the joke, it was a bit creepy, and the person was like, "What's wrong with you?" And Sir was like, "Oh no, it's a joke." So, but the thing also with Sir Winslow is, although we're very similar when it comes to a human being, we're very different content creator. He's more so focused. Sir Winslow do not do well. He do a little bit, but very rarely some real life content, which I'm begging him to do it. But he's more so focused on streaming. He's more so focused on putting hashtag. I got told to do hashtag today. They would really help me out. And I don't know. It seems it's not because I'm not interested in doing technical. Did a video about insecurities. So I'm going to talk about that. But I just feel like if your content is not good enough and you need to use hashtag, then you need to use hashtag. But discoverability, people will not see your content and how good it is if you don't give them a chance to see it, right? But I'm a patient guy. I don't mind. But Seer, the thing with Seer is he's very focused, right? He achieves a lot of things and he's very focused. And Sir is a really hard worker and he doesn't brag about it. So that's why I like him. I think he's super funny. See, there's admiration when I look at it. It's weird because out of the list, Sir is the only guy that I know. Sir is the only one that I know. Even in the special mention, he's the only one that I know. I talk to. He's my friend, right? And I love that guy. But I love that guy. But it's so mind blowing to see him because we're working. He's working a lot. I'm working a lot. I think he's working a little bit more than me, if I'm being completely honest. With shout outs, but it's the focus, the laser focus that you're able to get, and how far it took you. That little bit of extra work, that little bit of extra focus, and how far it got you. And it's an admiration because we're so different, but we started at the same time. We're similar age. We're from the same place, right? And also the fact that he plays games that are completely I wouldn't play. For example, Rocket League, I wouldn't play that. Not because there's anything wrong with Rocket League, but you know, I'm also seeing a lot of toxicity in his place, and I like to watch. I like to watch his content, but as a friend, I also do watch the content because I'm nervous for the guy. I don't want anything to happen bad to him, right? But still, anyway, that's for another story. That's for another video. But I wish the best. There's a lot of hate for his page, and I feel bad for him. So, if I can be in touch with what's going on, how he feels, kind of monitor him a little bit. Kind of monitor the fact that okay, is he good? Is he okay? How's the chat? The chat is good. Okay, not, and it's weird because would be modding, right? But modding without modding, kind of. Second on the list, it would be Life of Matt. Life of Matt is completely opposite. Life of Matt is a guy that I don't know. He's a small content creator, and I love him because he brought back vlogs. And his vlogs are 40 minutes, an hour 20. He really focused on that, and it's just chill. And it's funny because you look at Life of Matt, and I wanted to put those two together. Sir Wins a Lot 3. Sir Wins a Lot 3 and Life of Matt. Because Life of Matt is, when you look at his life, it's not it's entertaining for me because I care. It's weird. You get attached to these people. You get really attached to these people. But with Life of Matt, what I'm seeing is a normal dude that's doing normal thing. Like he'll do a vlog about going to the grocery store, but he makes it entertaining. And Life of Matt, like, the guy is super endearing. The guy is super endearing is a good word actually. He's super I don't want to say younger brother. I don't want to say like a bit naive, but I feel like in Life of Matt. And the funny thing is, I feel I relate to that because before I start making content, those 3 years I was very in my shell. Life of Matt is still a bit in his shell, so it's good to see that he's getting out of his shell, he's getting more comfortable, and it's a really nice channel. And I like the fact that there's normal. I like the fact that you don't have to have the brightest car, you don't have to do the most theatrics. Just a simple guy living a simple life is enough to get some views, and he's slowly growing, and he's growing really well. And he works hard. He works hard every single day a vlog. So I actually do appreciate that. And there's editing. So there's things that he's not gonna film, and things he's gonna film. So there's editing. So that's kind of cool. I think the charm of the channel is it's an everyday guy, and he's living an everyday life, right? Which I really like. The number 3, but in no order. Please don't think there's not this number. I'm gonna go with ProZD. ProZD. So ProZD is a guy that I discovered about a couple of years ago. ProZD I think it was a TikToker. Actually really popular, actually really nice. The guy is super chill. Super chill. He's really funny. A nerd. He's a nerd. I talk about board game, talk about game. But I fell in love with his humor. It's very dry. It's very like, why aren't you laughing? This is funny. This is funny. This is funny. Give me a sec. I need to do a couple. So, because we're playing the tower. So we're at 1,200. I didn't see the wave. Yeah, we're good. Because of course, I love making videos. But if I can get further and 3 games, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, 3 games by the way. Gangster. So ProdZ, I fell in love with the skit. Actually a really funny guy. But the weird thing with ProdZ, and again, there's always gonna be a weird thing with those guys because I find myself very weird and I relate to these people. I'm like, wait, this guy is too normal for me to relate to. Make sense? Makes sense. With this one, with Prods, and I don't know how you say the name. Again, I don't know anybody that know him. It feels like he's very, very, very popular. Oh, I'm gonna have another special mention too. I'm gonna have another special mention, which is very important. That I completely forgot. I fell in love with this kid because he's funny, and I never really took the time to watch his channel. So right now we're rediscovering this kid because I watched them 4 years ago, and I laughed then, and I'm still laughing now, and I'm like, wait, what else did he do? And now I'm discovering the guy that is behind the mask, but behind the character, and I'm finding a very chill guy, and he's funny, but also very dark humor. And the nicest thing about Pro ZD is that the nice humor come from a very dark state of mind. So he's very not necessarily sarcastic, but kinda. He's gonna make joke about a situation which isn't funny, which is kind of sad. But this is it feels more like it's his way of coping than making something. And again, super chill. This guy is a voice actor. He's plays in a lot of movies, so kind of a celebrity and himself. And yeah, so what I think I'm gonna do is we did 3 special mention. We did 3. I'm gonna do 1 special mention, 1 person, 1 special mention, 1 person. The other special mention that we're gonna have to do is McJuggernuggets. Now, I'll be completely honest. I haven't watched his new stuff. I haven't watched McJuggernuggets in years. But lately, I was bored and I rewatched the Psycho series and I rewatched The Devil Inside. Now, technically speaking, the Psycho series is his Minus Opium is the best. Ultimately speaking, it's really well written. The fact that McJuggernuggets is a very special case. The fact that it's all scripted is actually really entertaining, really interesting, because you're like, okay, that was a lot of work. That was 4 years of his life. You got people involved. You got really his close friend, and there was cash involved. They were paying them. And at the time on YouTube, nothing was being done like that. Nobody had to hire people. You could hire a cameraman, yes, but you wouldn't hire actors, right? And he did it. He did it for 4 years, and the amount of work that went in. We're talking about locking in. We're talking about 4 years of completely doing nothing but YouTube, but now he lives a good life. He has a home. He has a wife, right? It's a really good life that he has. And a lot of people don't like McJuggernuggets, and I feel like you have to take away the person from the art in itself. And I actually do really like it, and it's possibly one of the best series on YouTube because, again, it was a pioneer. Again, it was such a strange thing. Now, the best thing about the Psycho series, you couldn't reproduce it because McJuggernuggets was one of the guy that started doing YouTube when YouTube started paying. So there was an evolution of YouTube. So you're having this guy who has a dream of being a YouTuber going on at the same time where YouTube is evolving. Now YouTube is still evolving, sure, but it's more so established. You got people that have done YouTube that are retired from YouTube, right? So in the Psycho series, it's good. Now it's a special mention because I do think the content that he put out is actually pretty good. But it's a special mention because the Psycho series to me is once again one of the best series on YouTube, but I don't know if I would call him the best content creator on YouTube. That's something that it should be honored because you work so fucking hard. You work so fucking hard that you don't need to work, right? But then again, I'm seeing people like Jesse Welle from Girlfriend versus Boyfriend. What's going on with that guy? We don't know. I'm seeing somebody like Casey Neistat who works so fucking hard, and now he puts out a video a couple of times a week, but it's not the same, right? So yeah, so this is a special mention. I'm gonna go back with the people that I watch. I'm watching Sam Sulek. So right now, oh my god, I'm such an asshole. Right now, there's this new year, and because there is this new year, we're absolutely wanting to lose some weight. I feel like last year was a focus on making content. Last year we focused a lot on Ink Vendetta, and I think it's fantastic. It's a weird thing because when I talk about Ink Vendetta, okay, I'm not talking about a character. I'm not talking about another person. I'm talking about myself, right? I'm talking about I'm not playing characters. I'm myself, but there's this part of me that understand that in Vendetta character. Sorry. I'm an emotional person, but I'm also a factual person, and right now we're doing both. So it's a bit harder, right? We're going with emotion because we're talking about things that we like, but we're also talking about head because we have to explain why we like them. Ink Vendetta isn't the character, but I understand that Ink Vendetta is this side of my life that's online, right? I was dating this chick, not plural, I'm not an asshole. Although, I would go for twin. That makes me an asshole, I'm twinning. I don't care about being an asshole. This girl was like, don't you have a life outside of that? And I'm like, I don't need to have a life outside of that. I'm good, I'm happy. And this year is more so to build Stefan, which is my real name. Now, the thing with building Stefan, is that I truly believe that by building Stefan, I'm helping Ing Vendetta. And that's the weirdest thing. That is the weirdest thing. By helping Stefan, I'm helping Ing Vendetta. But by helping Ing Vendetta, am I helping Stefan? And I don't know. I'm meeting some amazing people online, but in real life, those people I'll never meet, right? So this weird situation where there needs to be this almost separation. If that makes sense, and I hope it does. Probably doesn't, right? Oh well, that's life. And yeah, it's a weird case, but it's a case. And that's pretty much it, honestly. See, this year being the year I work on me, we're still gonna make content. Don't worry about it, but it's gonna be more focused on me. And again, I'm not saying I feel like if you're not a content creator, it's hard to understand. But there's Ink and there's Stefan, right? And last year we put Ink first, and Stefan. Well, Stefan suffered because of that, right? And I think this year is gonna be more Stefan. But since Ink was here, maybe having more Stefan, maybe even if the Stefan is here versus Ink, I don't mind as long as I'm working on myself because that's important too. I'm 32 years old. I'm gonna sound like my father, but I'm 32 years old. I'm an old man. And that's also important to me. That's also really important to me. So with that, there's a weight loss that I want to follow, and I used to follow Rich Piana, and I fucking love Rich Piana. I fucking love Rich Piana. He's a special mention. Okay, so we're gonna, you know what? We're gonna do something different. We'll do the mention and the special mention at the same time. Special mention to Rich Piana because he was my rest in peace, Rich. My favorite fitness influencer. Now my favorite, the one that I'm watching a lot is Sam Sulek. There's a lot of similarities between Sam Sulek. I'll be completely honest. I can almost guarantee that Sam grew up watching Rich Piana because the way they're talking, the way they're acting is very, very similar. Too similar for Sam not to have heard of Rich Piana. See, in the fitness community, there was this guy called Ziz, and Ziz was this amazing human being, and he really inspired a lot of people, and those people you'll see that they're inspired by Ziz. They'll do this pause, they'll do this famous pause, which is Ziz pause, right? Which is this kind of signature pause when you bodybuild. You do pauses to impress the judges. That's what we're talking about here. I know it's hard to follow, but we're making sure that you follow. So with Rich and with Sam also, with Rich, I think Rich gave a lot of good advice. I think Rich was an amazing person. He gave a shit ton of advice. He was swearing. I was afraid to swear. Rich really affected my life. I grew up watching Rich, and Rich was a beast, a fucking beast. However, Rich, there's a part of Rich that I had a problem with, and that part was Rich Piana was a lot older. We're talking about 40s, 50s. So the advice I was giving was more so like a father figure than a bigger brother, right? And as I get older, those advice are like, I'm not there yet. And when you're a kid, it's weird because when I was a kid and I used to listen to these advice, I'm like, oh, I can aim for that. But now I'm a lot closer to the age he was. I'm like, okay, well, I know this is not going to be possibly not being achievable, so it does feel like a weird advice. It's like somebody that it's like telling a dog to fly. At first, the dog was like, holy shit, I can fly. He wasn't born with wings, so he kind of fly, you know? But I do really like Rich. Rich makes me laugh. Rich makes me think. With Sam is a lot different, but at the same time the same. So with Sam, I'm going to be listening to his video. And again, I'm not even working out and I'm watching to these guys because they inspire me. Sam's going to be more so like a friend and going to be like a homies. And you're talking. He's going to be talking about macro. You're going to be talking about working out. But it's stupid because I don't care about macros. I don't give a fuck about macros. But the way he's talking, he's so interested that he's so passionate by that It's like somebody talking to you about Star Wars, and you're not a fan of Star Wars, and you're like, oh fuck, I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Yeah, I get what you mean. Okay, I get what you mean. So it's nice. It's really nice. So with Sam, the same case, the exact same thing. And to me, it's amazing. It's amazing in the sense that it's amazing that in the sense that I'm watching people like, for example, if I would watch somebody like Bradley Martin. Bradley Martin is more so focused on the social aspect of a body, a fitness and influencer. I would watch Alex Eubanks, which is more so nutrition. I would watch the Trent Twin, which is more so like a bros. See, weirdly speaking, the Trent Twin remind me of the Hodge Twin because they're twin. But also the way they talk. Versus Sam, it reminds me of Rich. So I would go for these. And what I love about this list is Life of Matt is a person just like me. Sir Wins-A-Lot is a friend, so I'm relating to him. Pro ZD is a guy that's has went through shit and still survives. And he's a fighter. Even though he doesn't look like a fighter, he's a fighter. Also, we're two nerds, so it helps. With Sam, it's the more so the health aspect of watching videos. And with Rich is the same thing. But now we're missing one content creator. And I'm gonna be honest, and lately the content creator that I watch a lot is myself. And I know it sounds like fucking narcissistic, but I've been treating this channel, and I don't know if I owe you guys an apology. I don't think I do, thank God. But I do believe that I've been treated the channel a bit like a diary, and a bit like, yeah, like a diary is a good word actually. And I've been treating this as a diary, but I also have been treating this as a way to introspect. So I wouldn't be able to talk to myself. I wouldn't be able to talk to myself, and I'm more so that a doer than a thinker. So I don't talk to myself a lot, but talking to the camera is also talking to myself, because it doesn't look like it, but I have to watch myself talk. So yeah, so it's a lot of introspection, and I've been watching myself to see the evolution, to see what I can improve. And it's not so much I'm watching myself because I fucking love myself, although I've been working on it hard, but it's more so as imagine you're going to see that shrink, right? And a lot of the shrinks, not because they're not talented, not because they're not smart, they'll answer, oh, okay, how does that make you feel? Okay, I get you. Okay, I understand. And now I have all of those. I have 27,000 videos of self-introspection. And I'm watching this and I'm like, okay, yeah, I know what I mean, and I understand that. Or that was a problem that I fixed. Oh, you know what? I didn't fix that. I should have fixed that. Even the gaming, you're watching yourself and you're hearing yourself talk. And the I wouldn't say the problem. Okay, the problem with ADHD is a lot of things that you're gonna say, you're not gonna remember them. No, because it's not because you don't listen to yourself talk, not because you don't think before you talk, but they're coming out with so many. There's no filter, so a lot of people, they're gonna be remembering information when they write it down. Like with ADHD, the same thing. I heard something, I processed it, it came out. Versus I heard something, I processed it, I noted it, it came out. It's very different. And there's something that I've said where I'm like, holy shit, I didn't remember having this conversation. And it's kind of refreshing because all of these people, and I love all of these people, from Kid Boga, from Nick Cado, from DSP, from Sears, from Rich Piana, from Meg Jagger Nuggets, from Sam Sulek, from Prods. I've loved all those people. But ultimately speaking, even if I listen to them, they're not me. They're not me. And weirdly speaking, can I be completely offset? Can I go fucking dark? Can I go fucking crazy? When I watch myself, I'm like a father. I'm like a father, okay? I don't know. I know it's gonna sound fucking mental asylum, okay? I'm like a father, and the person in front of me is my kid, and I'm seeing him hacked, and I'm seeing what he does, and then I know that he's not acting properly, and I'm like, okay, this is that I did I teach him that? I'm watching a video that I did when I was in burnout, and I can see in my eyes I'm tired. I'm like, holy shit. And I can honestly say in 3 years, well, it's gonna be 4 years in May, the 9th of May. I'm gonna have another birthday. So we had the first January was New Year. We had my birthday Tuesday, and we're gonna have another birthday the 9th of May. Um, I'll bring the pretzel, don't worry. Um, I never watch my content. I never watch it because I'm like, this is my content. And it's not because I don't like my own content, it's because I fucking made it. I fucking made it. I don't need to see how something work. I made it. It's turning on. Okay, no problem. So yeah. So these are the content creators that I watch. Let me know if you have any question. Let me know what you think. Let me know some of the people that you watch. We're gonna be throwing in a very last mention, and it's GMM. How can I forget GMM? You thought the video was done, right? We're never done. GMM, and I made this video. The reason why I wasn't sure if I was going to be including them is I already gave them a shout out this morning. They don't need a shout out. But GMM is, weirdly speaking, GMM, I like what they're standing for. There's a lot of things that I like with GMM, there's a lot of things that I don't like. So let's start with the negative, because the last person. I love the crew, but there's time where I feel like the crew takes a lot of place. And I came here for Rhett and Link, and although I like the fact that there's a crew, although I like the fact that there's people around the office, although I like seeing some of them, a lot of them, I'm seeing this person, I'm like, who the fuck are you? There's nothing, I'm not being judgmental. I'm not being an asshole, but who the fuck, I don't know you, right? And it feels, and you see, I'm watching Good Mythical Kitchen, and I don't even know the name of the cook. That's a me problem, but yeah, sometimes it doesn't feel like it's GMM. Sometimes it feels like, oh, this is a. It feels like it's a spin-off more than GMM, right? Good Mythical Morning, but Good Mythical Morning, I like the fact that they have so much content. I like the fact that they're so good with the content. They'll do season, and that's the thing that I mentioned. But it's what I owe to them. Like, my love for jalapeno is fucking red. My sense of humor, more from Link. You see, I didn't watch them when I was growing up. I didn't have YouTube when I was growing up. But I can easily see, and Dirty, out of the whole bunch, and again, we love the whole bunch, they're the only YouTube channel in that bench that I'm seeing myself watch for years and years and years. And I know what you're saying. Ing, that's not true. You've been watching Kid Buga for years. Yes, out of habits. You've been watching Nikado for years. Yes, I've been watching his whole content. You've been watching DSP for years. Yeah, but kind of like not for the right reason. GMM is the only content creator that I feel myself watching for years. It's GMM. They're such a wonderful universe. They'll come in, and it's actually like feeling like we're going to class. And of course, because they're older, I'm feeling like I'm going to class. Today we're going to be talking about this subject. We're going to have a fun presentation. That's about it. Okay, so today we're tasting every single Reese's product. Today we're tasting every single ramen. And I'm like, okay, wow, okay, cool. And GMM has such an expression, and they're able to transmit that emotion. So you feel like you're living with them. There also been so much content that you feel like they're part of your life because you're watching them for years and years and years and years. There's also the duality. You have two completely different person. A lot of time where they feel like brothers and they'll push each other, and it's nice to see brothers act with each other because it's close, As a father, you want to have kids, but most of all, if you're a father, you want to have siblings that are going to be close to each other in a push. Doesn't matter if it's a guy or a girl, sisters or brothers. Ultimately, it's brothers because to see them fight is funnier. If you see your daughters and one of them is pulling the air, like, oh, is that must be hurting? Stop. Versus, oh, they're just pushing each other, right? And I feel like it's a dream, and I'm seeing that with Rhett and Link, but also Rhett and Link is what they're presenting. They're OG YouTuber that are still having this passion. They're OG YouTuber that are still making content. I love the Rhett and Link series. Like, I watched a video and I react to it, and they copyrighted it. but I'm not mad. They said, oh, the way to have the perfect nap, and you're watching this video, and who the fuck would have thought about the perfect nap? They did, right? And Rhett and Link have this very, very important meaning to YouTube and its community. How many OG YouTuber are selling content? How many OG YouTuber are we still liking? Mr. Higa? David Dobrik? Now David Dobrik is back in being liked because he lost some weight. Yeah. Who are you still liking? I'm asking honestly. Who do we still like from the OGs? So there's a very simple rule. They still have to make content. They have to be from the OG, and that's pretty much the rule of this. So you realize that the list is short, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, you ask yourself the question, and you ask yourself the question in the sense of, why is there not more of them? But then you're like, there's Rhett and Link. I'm happy with that. That's enough for me. So yes, that's the video. Those are the content videos that I watch. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Oh.